Now, your I Think Financial Sports Desk from WPTV and ESPN 1063.
Welcome to I Think Financial Sports Desk. I'm Todd Wilson. It is football night in South Florida, and there was a lot of action from rivalry games, playoff clinching wins, and a major upset. We are inside tonight. Of course, weather has made it difficult for us to be outside. But let's get to the upset. Number one, Vero Beach traveled south to take on Martin County High School. Injuries hit the Fighting Indians with quarterback Tyler Aronson and wide receiver Vandravius Jacobs going down. Jacobs was able to return, but Aronson was out for the second half. The Martin County Tigers were up 21-7 at half. The Fighting Indians came back strong in the third, tying it at 21. In the fourth, the Tigers quarterback powers into the end zone to give Martin County the lead 28-21. Then the defense steps up. Can you believe it? Sealing the game with an INT. The Tigers stopped Vero's undefeated season, 10 straight regular season wins. Martin County's coach getting, let's see that thing, it's going to be a Gatorade bath for the ages. I'm telling you. There he goes, he's in. I like that. Look, okay, point it.
Yeah.
Tell me this, Theo.
Big.
How big was this win here?
This is, even when Martin County tweeted that they were up 21-7 at the half,
Yeah.
I had to go back and check and verify to make sure that this was like actually Martin County Athletics Twitter account. It was so unexpected. Huge win for Martin County.
Yep.
Of course, injuries affected the Fighting Indians, but still, the Tigers went out there and took care of business.
Not bad. Now, Theo, you were at the game. A big game in Port St. Lucie,
Oh, yeah.
of course. Treasure Coast High School. They were needing a win tonight against Centennial. How did that game turn out?
Well, you know what? How about we take it straight to the highlights?
I like that.
Senior night for number 6 Treasure Coast as they host crosstown rival Centennial. Also a big district game following that Vero Beach loss we just saw. And the Titans, they answered the call. Treasure Coast got out to a 14-0 lead in the first half, and they would never trail. They used their ground and pound attack to march to a 40-7 victory, their 4th straight win in this rivalry. Treasure Coast improves to 3-4, but most importantly,
Yes.
they're 3-0 in the district.
Yes.
Next week, they can win the district and secure a playoff bid. All they got to do is beat Vero Beach, the number 1 team in the area. But then again, Martin County showed us it's something that can happen. And also, Treasure Coast beat Vero Beach last year 42-21 in Port St. Lucie.
Okay, why did
It's possible.
you take my next question? Do you think they can beat them?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, of course, we've seen it happen once before
Okay,
and last
okay.
year. Plus, we don't know what's going to happen. Tyler Aronson for Vero Beach. Will he be healthy enough to play next week? Same thing for Vandravius Jacobs, who's the
Yep.
number 1 guy in the area.
Yeah.
So, injuries will play a big part if they're able to come back. But still, Treasure Coast, they beat the same team last year.
Not bad. I appreciate that, my brother.
Yes, sir.
All right. Number 9 ranked Dwyer Panthers hosting the Atlantic Eagles, and a lot of riding on this game right here. If the Eagles win, they win their district and head to the playoffs. It was a closely contested game as the score was tied at 14 going into halftime. Atlantic showcased their ability to take the ball away in this one. Now the Eagles recovered a fumble for touchdown while adding a pick 6 in the fourth quarter. Atlantic with a 32-14 win over the Panthers secured their district title tonight. Congratulations to them. Also, Palm Beach Gardens still in line for a district title. But before that, they have to face off against Palm Beach Central. Tyree Smith joins me next with those highlights. All right, welcome back. The number 3 ranked team, Palm Beach Central, battled against Palm Beach Gardens tonight. ESPN 1063's Tyree Smith joins me now with the highlights. Tyree, what do you think?
Let me tell you, it was a good game, a tight one after the first 2 quarters. Central led, 14-7 after the first 2 quarters. But let me tell you something. Top 63 stars, Maud Hastings and Javarian Wimberly, they didn't like that score, Todd. Let me tell you why. The UMass commit quarterback connects with the Central Michigan commit wide receiver for a 98-yard touchdown pass, one of the longest ones we've seen this season. The Broncos went on to add 2 more touchdowns to beat Palm Beach Gardens 35-14. A statement win for the Broncos as they improved to 7-1, and Gardens, unfortunately, they dropped to 5-3 on the year.
That sounded like a good game.
It was good.
I appreciate that. Thank you, man.
Of course.
All right, still ahead, the battle for Fort Pierce. Can Central take the title back from Westwood? The highlights, of course, are next. rivals tonight for Fort Pierce Westwood. Their Cobras were pumped for the game to start. They got the scoring started with a little trickery with a short touchdown run. Westwood got their offense going as well in the run game. It came down to the end with Central was able to stop a 2-point conversion. Central wins this thing 19-18. Football night in South Florida is just getting started. In just a minute, you'll want to flip the channel over to WHDT for even more highlights from across our region, of course. Here's the important part. You can find WHDT over the air on Channel 9. You can also find it on a variety of TV providers, including Comcast and AT&T. Join us for Football Night in South Florida right now. Thank you for joining us, and change it over to WHDT right now for Football Night in South Florida. Yeah, baby. There we go. Come on. Good evening and welcome to Football Night in South Florida. I'm Todd Wilson, and as you can see, the weather changing some plans, and we are inside tonight. But thankfully, the games were still played, and as the season gets closer to the end, many are battling for playoff spots. We have a lot to show, so let's get started with this thing. Number 1 Vero Beach travels south to take on Martin County High School. Injuries hit the Fighting Indians with quarterback Tyler Aronson and wide receiver Vandravius Jacobs going down. Jacobs was able to return, but Aronson, he was out for the second half. The Martin County Tigers were up 21-7 at half. The Fighting Indians came back strong in the third, tying it at 21. In the fourth, the Tigers quarterback powers into the end zone to give Martin County the lead 28-21. Then the defense steps up, sealing the game with an INT. The Tigers stopped Vero's undefeated season and 10 straight regular season wins. Martin County's coach, eventually you're going to see that man get a Gatorade bath. That loss is setting up for an interesting battle next week for Vero Beach. If the Treasure Coast Titans can beat Centennial next week's game is for the district championships, I believe. So ESPN 106.3's Theo Dorsey joins me now. Theo, you were at this game. Were you surprised?
Hey, you know what? That game right there, Martin County, Vero Beach, that shocked me very well. The game that I was able to see at South County Stadium with, Treasure Coast, a team that didn't even know this was going to happen yet, and their rival Centennial.
Yes.
Another good game. This one kind of went by the script, though. You mind if I show you some highlights?
Please, if you don't mind.
Let's jump right in.
Let's do this thing.
Treasure Coast, a team playing against a crosstown rival again, number 6 Treasure Coast, crosstown rival Centennial, 5-2 in this game, a big district match. And following that Vero Beach loss, the Titans could answer the call here. They got out to an early 14-zip lead in the first half, and you know what? They would never trail. They used that ground and pound attack. They marched their way to a 40-7 victory, their 4th straight win in this rivalry. Treasure Coast improves to 3-4 on senior night. They're now 3-0 in the district, and like you said, next week at Vero Beach, it is going to be a showdown for the ages as Treasure Coast looks to claim the district on or in hostile territory. And trust me, it may or may not be the game of the week. Either way, the stands will be packed with fans. It'll be a big one.
I like that. That's not bad.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else, though? It was senior night in Port St. Lucie.
That's right.
So I want to make sure I tell this story. There's one guy, Corey McIntyre Sr. He's actually a former NFL player.
That's right.
His son plays for the Titans, and he just professed all of his love for his son for me. Take a look at this story.
That's awesome.
A night of celebration, a moment to soak it all in. Senior night for Treasure Coast at South County Stadium, and who better to have it against than crosstown rival Centennial?
It means a lot to the kids. It means a lot to the community. Some of them have played for both schools. There's probably 20 kids between the two rosters that have played for both schools.
Treasure Coast Athletic Director Jay Stewart has been in education for 42 years. No matter the sport, he doesn't take these nights for granted.
One of those poignant moments for our kids, and it's one of those moments that I'll always remember once I finally do retire as being one of the special nights of being an athletic director.
15 seniors were honored. Titan-born, Titan-bred. That included West Virginia commit Corey McIntyre Jr., joined by his dad and former NFL fullback Corey Sr.
I was just dropping him off at high school for a freshman. Now he's a senior and going to the same college his dad went through. I mean, what time flies.
McIntyre and Treasure Coast cruised to a 40-7 win. This group of seniors are 4-0 in this rivalry that makes his pops proud, but not as proud as he is in his son's growth as a young man.
He's always here. He's always there. It doesn't matter the moment, time. He's always there, and that's where I wish people would know, like, how loving and how just well-mannered and how great of a job his mother's done with him. And I was there as a dad to see there and be there to help him and make him. I'm sorry, I'm getting choked up now. So it's a great thing, man.
Okay, so Treasure Coast season is not done yet. Next week's game is Treasure Coast against Vero Beach.
Yep.
Vero Beach has taken a loss. Treasure Coast has got to win. What do you think, man?
It's going to be a good one. Last year, Treasure Coast had an incredible regular season.
Yes.
They beat Vero Beach in Port St. Lucie 42-21. Now, Treasure Coast was the underdog in that matchup when they came together. This year, it's going to be kind of a toss-up. Treasure Coast 3-4. They had a tough early slate. Vero Beach is the favorite, but we'll have to see what Lenny Jankowski can do. We'll have to see if his quarterback, Tyler Aronson, if his receiver, Vandravius Jacobs, will be healthy. I can't call it right now, Todd, but what I can tell you is, again, hey, if you're not there, you'll be missing out on this one.
I have to agree with you. Okay, so there was another big game in St. Lucie County, the battle for Fort Pierce. Talk to me about that one.
Oh, man, you know what? When a game is so good, they have one word for it. You know that this game comes with a lot of hype. They call this one just plain and simple showdown. Showdown. And this was Showdown 43. We have Fort Pierce Central versus the Fort Pierce Westwood Panthers. And let's get right to the highlights of this one because Fort Pierce Central, the Cobras got the scoring going very early. They started off with a little trickeration, if you will. Don't need no hateration, though, on this short touchdown run. You peeped the vibes right there, Todd.
Yes, sir.
And even though the run game was out early for the Cobras and the Panthers were clawing back all night, this one came down to the end when Central was able to stop a two-point conversion. So Fort Pierce Central wins it 19-18. They retain the trophy, and that's right, Showdown 43 coming back to the Cobras.
Okay, so here's my next question to you. Are all the games in this rivalry this close?
I mean, if the last 2 years tell you anything, yes. Last year, it was an overtime game. It came down to a field goal. I mean, these two teams, they know each other so well.
Yeah.
Cross town. I'm talking about even the coaches talked a little junk ahead of the game when I spoke to both of them. But at the end of the day, it's all sportsmanship. It's all family and love when they get out there on the field. But again, it's close a lot of times.
I like that trickeration.
Oh, the trickeration. No hateration, though, now.
Oh, look at you rapping. All right. Now, let's get back to some action. Number 9, ranked Dwyer Panthers hosting the Atlantic Eagles, and a lot was riding on this game. If the Eagles win, they win their district and head to the playoffs. It was a closely contested game as the score was tied at 14 going into halftime. Atlantic showcased their ability to take the ball away in this one here. Now, the Eagles recovered a fumble for touchdown while adding a pick six in the fourth quarter. Atlantic, with a 32-14 win over the Panthers, secured their district title. Congratulations to them. That is very cool. Football night in South Florida is just getting started. We head back to the Treasure Coast next as Jensen Beach takes on Sebastian River. Were the Falcons able to continue their winning ways?
You're watching WPTV Football Night in South Florida.
All right, some early evening rain didn't put a damper on any of the games tonight. My main man, Lucky, joining me. First Alert meteorologist James Whelan. Tell me this, is it going to stay this way or are we going to have bad weather?
I think it's going to get better.
You are the man.
How about that?
I love you. I love you. I love
It's
you.
going to get better. Take a look at this beauty, though. Chopper 5 captured the sunset tonight in Lake Worth Beach. Look at that. Gorgeous out there. Just a few clouds around. We do have a couple of showers still around, but I think we're going to get rid of all this coastal rain tomorrow. We're going to look all right.
Not bad, not bad. Now, James, we know football is more than just Friday. There's a big game tomorrow. The U takes on Duke at the Hard Rock Stadium. I think it's 12:30. Are we going to have good weather or are we going to have some bad weather?
I think it's going to be nice. Check out this forecast here for you. College football day, game day here. We're looking at temperatures. Temperatures will be nice. It'll be warm, sure, but, you know, humidity's not going to be all that bad. For a noon game, I mean, 82 in Miami, that's not bad.
No.
I'll take that, you know. Sunshine, so, yeah. Going to be sunny and warm. If you're tailgating, I think it'll be really, really nice in the morning. Then just warm up slightly during the day, so not too bad there.
All right, hold on. We got another one now. We got big game, Sunday night football. We got the Dolphins playing the Steelers. PTV News Channel 5. What's the weather going to be like for that game?
Well, Sunday night actually looking really good, too. Let's check out the NFL forecast here for you. And
yeah.
We got temperatures generally in the 70s. How about that?
What?
Yeah, 70s should look real nice. We don't have any big rain plans or anything, so I think even tailgating early on there as the sun sets should be real, real nice down there in Miami. And go Steelers. Oops, what did I say?
Did you just say that? Oh, my God.
Did.
You are in trouble. Thank you for everything. I appreciate
All right,
it.
man. Good seeing you.
You got it. All right, back to the action. Sebastian River traveling down 95 to take on the 10th-ranked Jensen Beach Falcons. The Falcons ready for the game and get the score done early with an opening drive rushing touchdown. The next drive, a nice pass sets up another touchdown run by the Falcons. It was all Jensen Beach, to be very honest with you. Jensen Beach won this thing 35-0. We still have a lot of action ahead. Chopper 5 was in the sky over Lake Worth and John I. Leonard. Coming up next, one Trojan is on the field just months after learning the game. How he is making an impact on and off the field.
You're watching Football Night in South Florida. Let's go, Falcons! Yeah!
I love it. I love it. I love the T-shirts. Thank you to the Jensen Beach students section for the shout out. Wearing pink tonight in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That is very dope. Congratulations, fellas. All right, Chopper 5, flying tonight over some games in Palm Beach County. The first stop, Lake Worth at John I. Leonard. Things picked up in the second quarter as Lake Worth found the end zone with a touchdown run. They go up 7-0. The next series, John I. Leonard with some nice passing ending in the end zone. They go for 2 and miss. Can you believe it? John I. Leonard found the end zone again in the third, winning 19-7. All right, Lake Worth may have lost, but you know what? There is one player on the Trojans team that is just happy to be on the field. He moved to the U.S. just a few months ago and is quickly learning the sport. Football is an American phenomenon. The game is as American as apple pie. But there are folks around the world like Enzo Storani who are fascinated with football from afar. I'm talking about other country far. Storani is a senior from Brazil. He moved to the U.S. less than a year ago. He's now playing his first season of football at Lake Worth Community High School. When you first saw American football, what did you think?
Everything was amazing. I saw all the players, all the hits, and all the rules that I didn't understand at all. You know what? Yeah, that was incredible for me. Enzo Storani says he used to watch the game on TV back in Brazil, but less than a year ago, he and his family moved to the States. Enzo ends up going to Lake Worth Community High School. He gravitated towards soccer, but that didn't go well, so he tried football. His first practice was forgettable. I was completely lost. I was trying a lot of positions that I didn't know what I was supposed to do. It was overwhelming, but it was exciting at the same time. With 7 games into his first season, Enzo rarely gets off the field. Now I'm playing as a linebacker, defense, I'm playing as a tight end on the offense, and I'm the first kicker. It's not uncommon for Coach Robert Nichols to have kids from Jamaica, Haiti to Guatemala try out for the team who have never played before.
We've had some experience here at Lake Worth, understanding where these kids come from as far as not knowing the game. But one thing they all have in common is work ethic. Coach Nichols says Enzo physically is built like a linebacker. In the beginning, he had him study videos of kids playing the position. And then once he hit the field, Enzo picked up the game quickly. He's one of the kids we wish we had 2 years with. Because if we could have a second year with him, he would have the chance to be like a top player in our county. Enzo says his love of the game has made him a student of the game. Studying the game for me is the most exciting part of football.
Very cool kid. Now, Enzo says he would surely like to play college ball. He's got a GPA of 3.8, so academics, it isn't a problem whatsoever. Joining me now is Tyree Smith. Tyree, you were in Wellington tonight. How was it?
It was a game. Let me talk about an offensive explosion with the Wellington Wolverines when they hosted Palm Beach Lakes. Let me talk to you. Ryan Anthony, that quarterback, that dude is a gunslinger. Wellington is 4-0 when they score more than 14 points and 0-2 when they score 14 or less. Well, Todd, they didn't have to worry about that tonight. A shutout win in front of the home crowd, 35-0 victory for the Wellington Wolverines.
Are you serious? Now, how will Wellington's offense fare against Palm Beach Central next week?
Well, they need to be hot. So they need to bring their shoulder pads, their helmets, and Grandma's expired bottle of Crystal hot sauce, because that offense needs to be red hot.
Oh, my God.
To score some points against that Central defense, they need to be red hot, I'm telling you.
Okay. I don't know what to say after that.
I'm serious.
Grandma's hot sauce?
Hey, it's hot when it's expired, too. You ever had expired hot sauce?
Yes.
Exactly.
I kind of got to. Okay, yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yes, sir, I do. Okay. Tell me this. So where do they go from here? How do they handle this next game?
Palm Beach Central is a good team that just improved to 7-1.
Yeah.
So they're feeling themselves. But Wellington's also feeling themselves offensively as well. So it's really just going to come down to possibly who has the ball last.
I like that. There you go. Let me tell you this.
Building.
We just have to
no one turns like that overnight.
And we'll see what happens. Building on a tough year, Slam Academy is almost done with their first year of varsity football, the challenges they have faced, and the hopes for the future. Well, the number 2 Cardinal Newman Crusaders secured a playoff spot last night as they hosted Slam Academy on the Crusaders' senior night. Because of the new classifications this season, Cardinal Newman is in a district with just Slam Academy and Benjamin. After going up 40 points in the first quarter, the Crusaders coasted their way to a 62-0 win over Slam Academy. It's almost unfair, it was what it seems. Now, even though they suffered a lopsided loss yesterday, there is a lot of upside to the Slam Academy. Theo Dorsey is back. Theo, what can you tell us?
Well, the first thing is this Slam team up against that Cardinal Newman team, it wasn't a fair fight. They were outmanned, and the confident thing and the optimistic thing for Slam is the fact that they have a good faith in their head football coach, and they have the start to something that we hope will be fruitful in the coming future, just like we found out when we went to their practice.
Never lose the vision, you know, even when things don't look like it's going the right way. You just, hey, we're working at it, we're getting there, you know, just make kids know that, you know, they're a part of something special, even if it's not the results that we all want.
There's a new kid in town in Palm Beach County this year, and they have a vision. Sports Leadership and Management, better known as SLAM, is playing their first year of varsity football.
We're just building something new. I feel like we're really building a team that can last for a long time, but our school will be around for a long time. And I feel like there's no degrading. The attitude that we have here, just going up every day, getting better every day.
The Cobras, despite playing every game on the road, have still shown up to compete every week. All eyes are on the big picture in the future.
Obviously, we haven't gotten off to the best start, but you know what? We are building. We're a new program. We just take, you know, whatever wins that we can get, whatever small wins we can get, whatever we make. We've definitely minimized our goals a lot, made them a lot more short so we can just try to reach little goals. And when we do that, it gives us something to build on.
Already, a win has come on the field in year one for a team that lists just one senior on their roster. The players out on the field for the team are feeling those little wins every day on campus.
Exciting, having like people, having a family, creating a family, a culture for this first year team. We're very exciting here.
You know that we start off the school, we bring the energy here almost every other day, and we can just build something new out of West Palm.
The key to starting anything, especially a football program in Palm Beach County or the Treasure Coast, is buy-in, and it's clear that they have that at SLAM. Todd, can't be more happy than that.
No, not at all. Okay, so Cardinal Newman won their district and a spot in the playoffs against SLAM. Next week is shaping up to be a big week for clinching games, playoff games, right?
I mean, this is it. You only have a couple of weeks left in the high school football season. So they got to win to get in, a lot of teams here.
That's right. Palm Beach Gardens is, of course, at Jupiter, and Kings Academy at Inlet Grove, and Treasure Coast at Vero Beach are all winner-take-all games. There is one more we will be there for. All the action.
That's a big one.
The Wellington Cup, Wellington Wolverines at Palm Beach Central Broncos. Be sure to join us for the tailgate next Friday, of course.
That's the game of the week. That's big.
Dude, I'm waiting. I can't wait for that.
High five for the best place tonight. Woo!
I love it. I love it. I was there when it was done. That's pretty cool. Thank you to the Treasure Coast Titans cheerleaders for helping us with our high fives tonight. Thank you. Theo, who is your first high five? Because you know we got to do the high fives, baby.
Of course we got to do the high fives, and I got to give a high five to Martin County for doing the unthinkable. Before this week, we would have thought that this was chalk. Vero Beach wins this game. Well, I'm sorry. The Tigers program is proud. They took care of business at home. High five to Martin County football.
I like that. Okay, my high five goes to Atlantic High Eagles. By beating Dwyer tonight, they secured their district title, sending them to the playoffs. Great job, Eagles. Let's do it. Pat Al. Hey, I just want to say thank you for joining us tonight. Have a great weekend, and we will be back next week for some more fun, right?
That's right.
All right,
One more high five.
That's for the weekend, right?
Shoulder pads.
Shoulder pad. Your head's too big. No way. All right, go for a long. Go for a long.